Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Keeping Canards. Come along with me on an average morning with my family of 7. I don't know about your kids, but my children wake up famished every single morning. So the first part of my day is spent feeding them. Right now you see me cutting up or ripping up a muffin for Theodore because he is the one who gets breakfast first. I service him first because he's the smallest and he is the most needy. A few months ago, our family decided to invest in an espresso machine. We bought it off Amazon and it really has been the best investment. It's basically paid for itself by now. But this morning I realized I ran out of simple syrup for my coffee. So I'm going to make some more with a few simple ingredients. But I was disrupted when my husband decided to bring in his wonderful mug collection that he likes to leave in his work truck. He leaves it there until he realizes he has too many mugs, and this time he's telling me, "Babe, aren't you proud of me? I only brought in 3." Then he goes off to work. My simple syrup is a vanilla based, so it's 1 cup of cane sugar, 1 cup of water, and just a splash of vanilla extract. You're going to bring it to a boil and then let it cool before you use it in your coffee. I don't let it cool, however, because I just needed some coffee. I decided that while my simple syrup was boiling, I could start to get the kids' breakfast ready. Usually they eat something like a waffle and fruit or a waffle and eggs. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get them some waffles out of the freezer and get those going in the toaster for them. They all are very particular on what they like on their waffle, but I at least get it started. In the morning, my children liked to watch TV, like I had said previously. Theodore, however, decided that he was still hungry and needed more muffin. This is when all the hustle and bustle in our house begins. The children like to help me make breakfast, so you can see them coming to volunteer, dictating what things they want on their waffles, telling me all the things that they're looking forward to doing in the day, and blatantly just sort of being in my way, since we kind of have a small kitchen in our new house. But I wouldn't trade it for anything else in the world. It's my favorite thing. Jonah, Amelia, and Sophie all like very different things on their waffles, so I have to mitigate which child wants what thing and which child doesn't like what thing. Finally, my simple syrup is done. Normally, I usually let it cool before I use it. However, this morning, by this time, I was just desperate to get some coffee going. So I pour it in the mason jar where it's kept, and then I transfer it over to our coffee station. The kids are now going to take their breakfast to the table and go enjoy some quality time with each other while they eat. We bought this espresso machine a few months ago, and it really was the best investment. I like to drink iced coffee or iced lattes, and I was spending way too much money at the espresso stand. So I told my husband we should just buy this espresso machine so that we could save some money. And we 100% have saved way more money than we actually spent on the espresso machine. A long time ago, I used to be a barista, and being able to make coffee for myself and my family brings me back to those fun times and just gives me a little joy and extra pep in my step for my day. Although I lead a pretty simple and slow lifestyle, this is just the first hour of my morning. I use it to service my family and to love on my children, especially this one who's bringing me the cereal that she asked for, but then decided that she really didn't want that cereal. She wanted a waffle instead because all of her siblings were having waffles, so she needed one too. I think by now all the kids have been fed and have their breakfast and are comfortably sitting and watching a show. So I might be able to enjoy my iced latte here while I go get ready for the rest of our day together. I feel like a lot of people have some extravagant morning routine, but I just simply grab my clothes, get dressed, and get ready for the day. Today I decided to make the bed, and I say that because it's really not my favorite chore, but my husband likes the bed made because it makes him feel like our house is more put together. So I've been trying to do it more often to try and make sure that he is satisfied. However, in my head while I'm doing it, I'm really just thinking about how this is the stupidest chore ever to be listed, because you get out of the bed and then you get right back in it. What's the point in making it? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you make your bed? Do you think it's dumb? Or do you just do it because it feels like your house is more put together? It seems like the girls finished their breakfast, and of course, in typical motherhood, you can never do anything alone, so the entire family has to come join your extravaganza of making the bed. And of course, they want to help, even though it's not really helping, but at least they get some type of satisfaction doing it. After we finish making the bed, I can hear Theo. I go and get him from his high chair so that I can move on to the rest of my chores for the morning. He doesn't like to be alone. He likes to help me like all the other children, which, if I'm honest, sometimes I feel like he's more of a help than they are. I try to do at least one load of laundry every single day from start to finish. That means washing, drying, folding, and putting away all the clothes. Theodore's around here somewhere. All the kids have come to tell me more things that they'd like to do today, how they enjoyed their breakfast, just all kinds of interesting facts. There's never a dull moment in the house full of 5 children, especially when they're 10 and under. This little one here likes the camera. I'm going to finish putting my load of laundry in, and then we're going to take the basket to go fold it. We took the laundry into my room where I put Theo in his crib with some toys and some toddler tunes so he could play, while me and my little helper here sort the laundry and go put the clothes in their designated spots. I want to talk about how I never used to tackle laundry during the day except for to wash and to dry. Our clothes would sit in baskets for days on end because it just felt overwhelming to me. It just felt like sorting the laundry and putting them away would take forever. And in reality, the length of this video, even though I cut some out, was about 4 minutes. So it took 4 whole minutes to separate our laundry. By doing this during the day, I can have the kids help me put their clothes away, which teaches them responsibility, but it also helps me out because then I'm not having to do it or once they go to bed or find time on the weekend. Now, the other thing I did was make sure that most of the kids' clothes go in a bin so that I'm not folding 90% of their clothes. It just goes in the bin and it sits there. We do hang up their shirts, and that's just our laundry system that we have going on right now. Now we're finally getting into the bathroom where we're going to finish getting ready for the day. I'm going to do my hair real quick and then do the girls' hair. We don't do their hair every day, but it needed to be done this morning. I left this in the video because I just love little Sophie trying to balance on the bathtub. Here you see me bring in Theo because he really does go wherever I go. I'm not like a lot of other regular moms who do their hair every morning and put on makeup. Or maybe you don't either. Maybe you're like me. But usually I like my hair out of my face so that I can focus on what I'm doing through the day and not worry about what it's doing. So you're going to see me pull my hair back into a claw clip, which is new to me, but I just love how easy they are to put in your hair. You won't see me put on any makeup because I'm not really going anywhere today. And to be quite frank, when I do put on makeup, it just comes off anyway. So here we are. We're ready for the day. Now it's time to get the girls ready to go. If your girls are anything like mine, they absolutely hate their hairbrush, specifically this one. She will scream, and sometimes I feel like being like, sorry neighbors, it's just my kids getting their hairbrush. As you can see, it's not very comfortable, but I told her if she allowed me to do her hair like a pretty princess, then I would treat her to some candy. So she gave in, and that's that. At some point, I had noticed that Theo had escaped, so I went to go save him from the death trap that is my other children's rooms. He's very mobile and likes to explore our entire house during the day, making it sort of difficult to do the things I need to do. So I put him back down in the bathtub, hoping that maybe he'll be confined this time. Amelia's turn is up next. She's a little bit easier to brush her hair. She typically likes her hair in a pony or a braid. Today she decided she wanted to look like Elsa. I know that this might seem like such a simple life, waking up, feeding my children, brushing hair, drinking coffee. A lot of moms do this in the first hour of their day before they have to go to work. It's such a joy that I'm able to be home and service my family every day in these small, meaningful, or sometimes meaningless tasks. They might be meaningless to other people, but they're very important to me and warm my heart every day. Now that most of our chores are done for the day, I can get back into the kitchen to finish cleaning up from breakfast and apparently get a child milk who decided that they needed something to drink. Unload the dishes, and then we can move on to the rest of our day. You'll see me most of the time doing all of our morning chores. Well, maybe not all of them, but most of our morning chores with a baby on my hip and doing everything one-handed. I've been doing things like this for a decade, so it's just second nature to me. There just is nothing like having a little person join you and feeling like you're just so loved and welcomed. Then you'll see this little one coming in, seeing herself on the camera and making all kinds of faces, which I'm just noticing now, but it's so funny. I just enjoy these little moments at home with my kids. In the middle of mundane and ordinary tasks, we can find joy, we can find connection with our families, and there's just nothing like being a homemaker, a homeschooling mom, and a wife. Well, that's a typical morning with my family of 7. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd love to know if you have any similarities in your guys' morning routines, or maybe your morning routine is completely different. I'd love to hear about that too. I'm going to go finish unloading the dishes, loading the dishes, and cleaning up the kitchen so we can move on with our wonderful day. See you later.